Hi, this is Quentin Hardy of Movement Mortgage.
And this is Janet Nation with Keller Williams of Greater Nassau.
And welcome again to Straight Talk about Black Wealth. This time we wanted to talk about student loans because I see the more and more people not being able to qualify for homes due to student loans, but student loans are different for Black people than for white people, and most people don't acknowledge that.
Right. I mean, we are taking out student loans at a significantly higher rate, twice I believe it is, and we're also defaulting at a higher rate. I mean, me personally, and I'm sure Quentin's the same thing, I have people sit in front of me, they want to buy a house.
All the time.
Their student loan debt is up to their neck. I mean, they can have, like, for example, $100,000 in student loan debt, and their income is $50,000. It's just really heart-wrenching, and it's stopping them, it's preventing them from purchasing a home, which ultimately means that it's also preventing them from developing wealth,
Right.
and contributing to the problem that we talked about in our introductory video.
Right. So as Black people, we cannot look at student loans the same way other groups do.
Right.
We must look at the statistics and the numbers from our unique perspective and understand that when we're making decisions. For example, both of my sons were accepted to all the colleges that they applied for, and it came down to NYU for $75,000 a year or Binghamton for $25,000 a year for an undergrad, and I just couldn't justify spending 75 times 4, that's $300,000 before taxes. I'm sorry, after taxes. So before taxes, it's almost $500,000 for an undergrad at NYU. Think about the return on investment. What am I going to get for $500,000 other than that degree when I could get that same degree for maybe $100,000 over at Binghamton, which is a good school? And as far as Black people, now that's for everybody, but as far as Black people, and there's going to be a link below to the National Center for Education Statistics, they say that right now 86.8% of Black students borrow federal student loans to attend a 4-year degree, but only 21% of Black students actually graduate in 4 years. Now, we also have the highest dropout rate. We don't graduate at all, so now you've got student loans but no degree.
Yeah.
Among students who started school in 2003, 1 in 2, 50%, defaulted in the next 12 years, while the white students, their statistics are 21.5% default. So we default at double the rate, we borrow at less enviable terms, higher interest rates, we borrow more. It's not exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and
so,
I want to interrupt why we're defaulting. We're defaulting for a couple of reasons. One, when you have this degree and you go out into the workforce, unfortunately, we don't make the same income.
Right.
We just don't. Let's get it real here. We don't make the same income, and also our families don't have the same amount of wealth. So mom and dad can't help out with making the payment for us in a particular month or two when we're struggling or we've lost a job or our income isn't enough. So we really have to take these things into consideration when we are taking out these loans. Take them out sparingly. Find another way. And I can't tell you what that is right now in this video, but we've got to find another way to take out those loans sparingly and finance the education. I guess as an example, as Quentin had said, you don't have to go to the best school. At the end of the day, you're still going to have, well, at the end of the day, you're still going to have that degree.
Yeah.
And I don't think necessarily a employer is going to pick you because you went to one school against the other. I don't think so. I could be wrong.
That's a great point, though. The best school is not necessarily the most expensive school.
Right.
NYU
exactly.
is a great example. It's the #1 school for applications, but that's because people across the country want to come to New York City. It's the capital of the planet. They're not coming there for the school. They're coming there for the location, which means they drive the price up. But I already live in New York, so I don't need to spend all that money for him to go to school in Manhattan. There's nothing cool about it.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is there's also a cost of being Black. When students graduate from college as Blacks, they are more likely to now be in a position to economically help their families, while when white students graduate from college, they are in a position to receive help from their families.
It's a big difference. Big difference.
Right.
We have to pay attention to that. So, this is such a deep subject, and we could go on for a long time about it, but we don't have the time. But again, this is a time of year. Little Johnny and little Jane is going off to college. we have to really pay attention to what we're doing with those student loans.
And I think that the main point is that we must view it from a special perspective.
Yes.
Don't just look at the statistics for all groups.
Right.
Look at
Our
us.
statistics.
How do student loans work for us?
Right.
It's different.
It really is. So again, we're here to give the information, to bring awareness. Please think what you're doing. Help your child to make a wise decision. Go to a cheaper school. Stay local. Where in New York, for example, we have a tremendous amount of good colleges and university. There's no need to spend all that money to send your children
Return
out
on
of state.
investment.
Return on investment.
Cool. All right.
See you next time.